Welcome. Schmitty Games back again. We're going to do a Rockin' Cats run. This is a game that has a couple of interesting mechanics for it, as you'll see displayed on the screen here. This game has a lot of interesting mechanics. Also plays really well for an NES title. It's basically a story about a hip cat named Willie and his girlfriend Jill, who gets kidnapped as much as Princess Peach does. Let's go ahead and get started. You can see what we're talking about here. First, we're going to go to Channel 1. And you'll notice right away that this game has a lot of slinging. It's like part Bionic Commando. And a great deal of this speedrun has to do with how well you can keep yourself slinging through the air. It's actually quite fun once you get used to the mechanic and how it works. Here we're going to try this. There are 5 mini-boss skips in the speedrun. Here we're going to try the first one, probably the hardest one, which is Bird Skip. And I got it. Nice. So we're off to a strong start. That was gold. Wow. So we're off to a good start. So now we're going to get into some of the ridiculousness of this game. We're going to chase a train on a skateboard. And this game does not hold back on the ridiculous, which is one of the things I really like about it. And you've probably noticed by now this is an atypical cats versus dogs story, more or less. Most of the enemies are going to be canine. Oh, what am I doing? Schmitty climb. I can't believe I didn't make that. Really? Well, it shouldn't be that hard, but I have a penchant for making things look a little harder than they need to be. This game is a lot of platforming. It plays really well as far as mechanics go. And here we're going to get to our first boss fight, which is Bull Band. Hit it, Bull Band. And here you see the three band members. The only one that's really important in this fight is the bottom one, the singer. Because once you get through 3 cycles of his pattern, he'll die. And really we kill these top level ones just to expedite that process a little bit. Because once the top band members are gone, it will basically just be the bottom guy the whole time. Grab that just to be safe. Alright, with his other band members gone, he just keeps popping out, and he's always on the same pattern. And that's Bull Band there. I know they just tried to kill us, but they're still better than Nickelback. That's a long-running joke. And that's the end of Channel 1. There's 4 base channels, and then Channel 5. This is probably my favorite song in the game. This song is just fun, in my opinion, and fitting for the game. Grab that extra life, even though we probably don't need it. I'll just play it safe here. Hey Ray, how's it going? I just took a bunch of hits, but that's fine. Another very ultra-realistic part of this game, we're going to ride on top of this airplane, punching other airplanes out of the sky. You gotta like it. There's a damage boost mechanic here that I'm not very good at yet, that involves killing an enemy and then bouncing off of the tail of the plane. I don't typically do that yet. I'm still working on it. Yeah, like that. I can do it here because... Oh, didn't jump high enough. It's easier to control. We're going to come up on an unskippable mini-boss. This is Skydog, and Skydog is adorable. Just saying. Alright. So we're going to use the level out trick to back out of level 2 and go into level 4. And what this will do is it'll set us up with an easier enemy pattern for the rest of level 2 and level 3 when we decide to do it. Oh yeah, all the realistic physics. Oh. Missing a lot of grabs here, which is not very good, but we'll carry on. This game is a lot of fun to play. If you're unfamiliar with this title on the NES, I would recommend giving it a whirl because it's a lot of fun. Alright, we're going to try another mini-boss skip here. This is Chief Dog Skip. And we got that. The mechanics behind that is the hitbox that triggers the boss spawning is... It only goes up to slightly over where your head is at the top of the screen. So you're able to actually jump over them or fly over them, depending on the circumstance. Alright, here we're going to take an intentional death, because it's just safer. Safer for the long haul. Oh. Now another very realistic part of the game, we're going to punch ourselves forward a bunch of times on this cart. Try not to get ourselves killed in the process. Which we will continue to do in this next section, which I call the turkey shoot section. The reason I take a death abuse before this, there is a full health heart in this area. But while you're doing this, the way this game works is while you're boosted or while you're in iframes from damage, you cannot pick up items. Which often makes this... I actually got it, but it often makes that heart relatively difficult to grab, and with low health, even very dangerous. So I found that just taking the convenient death abuse at the checkpoint to be a solid backup. We're going to do some over rock punches on these guys to quickly dispatch them, and we're about to get to Big Eagle. Ouch. Help me, Willie. That dog there, his name's Muggsy. He's basically the main bad guy of the story. He is either really good at kidnapping Jill, or Jill is just really bad at not getting kidnapped, but he manages to get a hold of her 5 different times in this game. And I suppose this is a great time to mention that every boss in this game has a ton of HP. They all take a lot of hits. There we rescue Jill again. And Muggsy is just constantly bummed out because we're owning him over and over. All of his well-laid plans are just not working out. So now we're going to go back, we're going to finish Channel 2. A little bit too high there. I can actually take a faster route through this level, but this is one of the sketchiest levels in the run to do quickly. So we're just going to play this one nice and safe. In the hole. Alright. Going to fall down this drop, and we're going to face off against the quote-unquote powerful machine, which is really more of a joke than anything else. This boss takes 28 hits. 26 or 28. Something like that. So we're just going to keep punching it while it floats across the screen, doing next to nothing. Ouch. Now it's shooting perfume at me. Alright, powerful machine is down. Alright, powerful machine is down. We got Jill back again. let's get out of here. And we do have to complete the first 4 chapters to get to 5 where Muggsy really is. Before we go into chapter 3, we're going to buy the rocket shoes and we're going to buy the hammer punch. You don't particularly need the hammer punch, I just like it for safety. And we go into the circus, home of Clown Dog, probably Muggsy's favorite homie. And my favorite platforming section in the game right here. It's hard not to look good doing that section. Nice, I actually got the boost up. I got a, yeah, Woodman shirt, courtesy of my good friend Ray Dude. Oh, don't punch him in the nose. So I'm gonna grab this health refill up here, even though it's a little sketchy to do it. Thought he was gonna get me. Alright. And we're gonna get to Ghost Dog here, but we're gonna try and skip him too. And we did it. Alright. So we're 3 for 3 on skips so far. That's nice. Rocket shoes, they are really strong, but for speedrunning purposes, they have a negative effect. For every, while they're on, the game will lag out just slightly. It slows the game by an actually noticeable amount. If you do the same thing with and without the rocket shoes, you can tell the difference. But for the purposes of safety, they are really, really, really good. Rocket shoes basically make us almost invulnerable to falling deaths because you can almost fly forever. It's great. Alright. Now we're on the wire. Just gotta stay airborne. Holding right, it makes the level about half as long. So I just do a lot of jumping and punching. And we are... Oh. Well, I messed that up all the way. Let's not get killed here. Okay. That was better than nothing. Grab this. Oh. And now we have Clown Dog. And this is a boss that doesn't require rocket shoes to beat, but if you have rocket shoes, it makes him a lot faster. Because these are 2 different enemies here. You have the Clown Dog that I'm hitting up top, and the what I call the Clown Car Dog underneath him. And you can actually, they both take the same amount of hits, but only the top dog matters. This, you can knock this out and he just won't go back into it. But with the rocket shoes, you can actually stay up there and hit him. So by the time he comes down, you can knock him out pretty quick. Not bad, eh? So those are the 4 core levels. Up next we have level 5, which is actually pretty legit as far as difficulty. And I'm actually 9 seconds ahead of my personal PB pace, in spite of everything that you've seen go wrong. Oh. Really? Please let me sling. Oh, thought I was gonna get around her. Having a little trouble keeping myself airborne right now, but that's alright. That was just not smart. I shouldn't have done that. My least favorite room in the game, this room is annoying. Annoying cheap damage room. We got away without getting hit. So now we're actually in New York. Everything hits harder here in stage 5. And we have to go through every mini boss and major boss again. All in this one level. Well, we don't want to be climbing like that, do we? Please. Alright, Bull Band 2, I might die here. Depends on how many bad hits I take. I'll just take it. Sometimes it's better to just eat a death in the long term. Because I was probably going to die anyway. I still had a bunch of hits left. And the RNG nature of this boss can get a little wild at times. And even though they killed me, they are still better than Nickelback. I need to stop getting hit like that, though. Lost 10 seconds. Not on PB pace anymore, which is kind of sad, but okay. Now we're going to head underground. Should probably equip the rocket shoes. And this is the only route deviation in 5. You can either go this way and deal with Ghost Dog, or you can go the other way and deal with 2 mini-bosses that you can't really skip. So this ends up being the faster route. There we just skipped Ghost Dog 2. And now we have the Big Eagle climb, which is one of my favorite climbs in the game. This is really just a vertical, straight-up climb that... I mean, it's not really terribly hard, but it feels like it has a lot of skill expression in it. I was trying to avoid that shot. Big Eagle 2. Oh, no. Oh, gotta watch it. Oh. Yeah, I forgot to switch off of the rocket shoes. The rocket shoes lag out boss fights, like, incredibly bad. If you don't need to be using them, I would strongly recommend switching them off, because they do actually substantially lag the game out just by their presence, just by having them on. Oh. I'm gonna need an actual hand here in a second. Got another one of these back and forth rooms. Finally did that right. Nice. Alright, back to Powerful Machine. And this Powerful Machine is exactly the same as the last one. Just like the other just like the other bosses, there's no change here. Oh, forgot to jump. And speaking of metric tons of health, we're about to get to the boss that has the most health in the game, Mr. Kong, who is an absolute tank. He takes 52 hits, and there's no way to make that any shorter. Oh, we got the duck bug there. Take this nice and... Come on. Oh, well. Didn't want him to hit me, but we just skipped Skydog 2. Makes me sad skipping Skydog because he's adorable. But we're trying to go fast. And this is what I buy the Hammer Punch for specifically, is this room. Because these, the Crusher Dog things, they take 6 hits with the regular punch, and those take 3. And the Hammer Punch just basically just wipes them out in a single shot. We're gonna get to Clown Dog 2, and once we're past Clown Dog 2, we will have re-beaten all of Muggsy's best friends, and we will be on to the N2 bosses. Going fast in a speedrun? Why would you ever do that? You should slow down, you know, smell the flowers, pet the cats, play with the dogs. That was actually a gold Clown Dog too. Wow. thought I was in trouble there. But we're good. There's an example of while you're in iframes, you can't pick up drops. And now we have Mr. Kong. Mr. 52 hits. This is going to take a while. Don't want to get airborne with this boss. I mean, it's faster if you can get the airborne hits, obviously, but this fight takes so long that it's just safer to not risk it, because you're probably going to take a couple of hits anyway from Mr. Kong's very strange patterns. So yeah, we're just going to clobber on this guy. Ow, I thought he wasn't jumping that far. There we go. Ooh. Alright. This is the last platforming section before Muggsy. It tries to trick you, but they, the reason I say that rocket shoes are overpowered, every time you let off and go back on like that, it resets the full duration of the rocket shoes holding you up in the air. So you can essentially fly very, very far with them. And here's Muggsy. We're finally going to get some revenge for all the times he kidnapped Jill. We're going to stick a hammer fist right in his face, and we're just going to keep punching him until he gives up. Those spikes are not instant death. They deal a heart of damage, but man, I'm just letting them go, huh? If those spikes were instant death, this would be a whole new level. To the moon with you, Muggsy. GG. That's not a bad Rockin' Cats run. It's only 9 seconds off of my personal best, so pretty good. And I only recently learned about this game too for Big 20 number 14, which very recently happened. It's when I learned this run, and it's going to stay with me because this game is wild. For an NES title, it is definitely wild. And there's the reward. Willie won back his girlfriend once and for all. Muggsy is defeated, and to the moon. Made by Atlas, indeed. This was one of the big winners of the Big 20 for me. And I'm glad that I learned about this game in this run, because it's a lot of fun. Once I learned how to, do the slinging mechanics and how to fight all the bosses, this run is very enjoyable. It breezes right by. So there's really not a lot else I can show off. Oh wait, there is something I can show off. I believe this game to be the origin of the game Angry Birds. And even though I skipped both Angry Bird bosses, I'm going to show you why I feel that way. Now, tell me this isn't Angry Birds, 100%. Oh god. That's Angry Birds, isn't it? Both of those birds are in the Angry Birds game. It's coming right for us. This is a really fun game. I really recommend giving it a try if you're interested in old NES games. This is another hidden gem. I'm glad I got to show it off for everybody. I appreciate y'all having me here. And thanks everybody who put on the show. Kept everything organized and running clean. Thanks for having me on for 4 runs during this event. I'm glad that I kept all of my estimates this time. We've raised a bunch of money for a really good cause, and Glad we got to show off some of these less than well-known, I guess you could say, NES runs. Here you see the, this is in the demo. It just shows you all the mechanics. Excuse me, it shows you all the mechanics of the game, including all the stuff you can buy. And it sets you loose on your quest to rescue Jill. So up next, we're going to have Lick the Bishop playing Mega Man 6 Any%. And that's a difficult run. I'm looking forward to seeing how Lick the Bishop handles Plant Man stage, because that level's brutal, and it shakes me it shakes my soul right there with Crystal Man and Mega Man 5. That should be starting up pretty soon. So we're filling out the overnight NES block here. I look forward to watching the runs this afternoon as the event winds down. This has been a really good time. I'm glad to have been a part of it. And I hope I'll be in the next one. Maybe I'll have a better Guardian Legend run if they let me do it again. So we got our 1 minute left. Thanks again, everybody. Really appreciate everything. Thanks for hanging out and supporting the cause.